Can you confirm with News Nation that you're running for president?
Boy, that would be a nice confirmation. When there'd be a lot of people that would be very upset about that. But I think you're going to be very happy. I think people are going to be very happy at what I do. I was going to do something last night, actually, that would have made the place really happy. And so we're doing it a few days later. And I think people are going to be very happy, very impressed.
To your predecessor, who is about to launch another campaign. So how do you reassure them, if that is the reason for their questioning, that the former president will not return, or that his political movement, which is still very strong, will not once again take power in the United States?
Well, we just have to demonstrate that he will not take power.
In order to make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
There's breaking news out of Palm Beach, Florida. Former President Trump says his Mar-a-Lago home there is being raided by the FBI.
For the first time ever, a former president of the United States has been indicted.
Former President Donald Trump indicted for a second time.
A federal grand jury indicted former President Donald Trump. It marks the third time the former president has been indicted.
Breaking news on former President Trump. He's been indicted for the fourth time in 5 months.
Breaking news, this is an image that will be in the history books. This is the mugshot of the 45th President of the United States.
The optics of this is working to his advantage. Look.
Breaking news from Colorado, where the state Supreme Court has just disqualified former President Donald Trump.
Donald Trump found guilty on all 34 felony counts.
The total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Take a look at what happened.
The next president of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
I proudly accept your nomination for president of the United States.
Let Trumpomania run wild, brother!
So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation.
She's going to my philosophy now. In fact, I was going to send her a MAGA hat. They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats.
Investigation underway after the second assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump.
As I was saying,
as you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA.
Get in there.
Let's go! I want to be a whale psychiatrist.
I'm going for a job right now at McDonald's. I really wanted to do this all my life.
I've now worked for 15 minutes more than Kamala.
The only garbage I see floating out there is just supporters.
How do you like my garbage truck? This truck is in honor of Kamala and Joe Biden.
Here are our first projections. There, NBC News projects that Donald Trump has won the presidential election in Kentucky, Indiana. In West Virginia, Donald Trump is the winner. Florida, Tennessee, Missouri, Alabama, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Arkansas, Texas, North Dakota, South Dakota. NBC News also projects a winner in the Wyoming presidential race, Mississippi, Louisiana, Ohio, Kansas, Utah, Montana, Iowa, the state of Nebraska in the presidential contest, Idaho. The first swing state is North Carolina, going to Donald Trump. Donald Trump has prevailed in the presidential race in Georgia. Pennsylvania. NBC now projects he is the winner of Michigan and its 15 electoral votes.
Donald Trump is the winner in Alaska, picking up 3 more electoral votes.
Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin. He is the winner of this race and will return to the White House as this country's 47th president.
Hey, look what happened. Is this crazy?
What's going on, everyone? Welcome in to CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of the 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Sunday night. Did not plan on this, but there's just so much craziness going on in the world of social media that I couldn't help myself. Now, let's get something out of the way. Alabama lost. Congratulations to the Oklahoma Sooners. Get that out of the way. All right, let's just get this out of the way. Alabama lost. So there you have it. Congratulations to the Sooners. Dark Red Knight says, don't worry, Jeremy, I won't bring up Bama's loss. Well, I did it first. But it was a pathetic game from Alabama. It was pathetic. Alabama played horribly. So they deserve to lose. So it is what it is. But anyway, but with that said, Bryce Young had a good game. The Dolphins won. So Tua didn't have a great game, but Tua, at least they got the dub. Bryce Young lit it up today. So that was awesome. Jose Taco says, I thought you died after the Bama loss. You went silent for a while. I just needed like 1 day away from the internet. MAGA Mike for $20 says Trump makes his 4D chess move and calls for the Republicans to release the Epstein files after forcing the left to demand their release. To those who never flinched or turned their back on Trump, you have my respect, MAGA. Thank you, MAGA Cracker Mike. We're going to talk about just that for sure. Absolutely going to talk about that because that's the big discussion going on right now. Emoji Man wants to know, how much does Israel pay this guy? How much does Israel pay me? I'm glad you brought it up. It's a sore subject. I got my 7,000. I went over to Israel, hung out with Ben Shapiro. They took me over to the wall. I thought it was called the Whizzing Wall. Went to go take a piss. Got tackled. Canceled my contract. Now I'm begging for super chats. So there you have it right there. It's not a comfortable topic for me to talk about. So I would appreciate if you don't bring that up anymore. Because what happens every time I bring that up is that there's a lot of pain, but then a lot of super chats come in to help with my pain. So there you have it right there. Jameson says, this is all Pam Bondi's fault, but he earned the L. Look, Pam Bondi, I don't like Pam Bondi, but, if we're bringing up like that a whole stupid song and dance that she did with the Epstein files, I mean, Trump and Vance approved of that whole nonsense. You know what I mean? So, but I don't like her. But this is bigger than Pam Bondi at this point in time. Little Jim Taylor says, so MTG kissing The View and CNN ring, bad look. There's a lot that we will discuss with her. Sith Lord MAGA says Trump got Democrats to take the word of a convicted pedophile over as truth, bait and trap set. Swaggy Shaggy says, Jeremy, are you any bit suspicious about Trump's involvement with Epstein and the off chance he was involved? Would you immediately stop your support? Well, I mean, it's a dumb hypothetical because it's just not true. At least there's no evidence of Trump's involvement. So asking me that is like asking me, if I found out, some random thing that has no evidence. So you're basing this off of zero evidence. So with that established, yes, if it turned out that Trump was involved with Epstein, of course I would. But the premise of the question has zero basis of anything within reality. And that's the problem. Because, it's like, well, Jeremy, would you think that Sydney Sweeney was hot if she had a dick? Clearly not, but she doesn't. That's the absurdity of a question like that. You know what I mean? So Jameson says this crap show would have not happened if Kirk were here. Zwani says pain tax. Pain tax. Lots of pain. It is a painful story. Thank you so much for helping. Dark Schwartz Rising for 20 says, hey. Hijit says, would anyway. Judging you. But okay, let's get into this. Okay, so let's get into this. Actually, Keenan says, I watched the new episode of Tulsa King, Mayor of Kingstown and Landman in a row. Are you hyped for Taylor Sheridan Sundays? I am, and I did watch episode 1 of season 2 of Landman, and I'm glad it's back. The opening line from Billy Bob Thornton, that's not a spoiler or anything, but the opening line He's like sitting down. It's morning, and the waitress is like, "Would you like breakfast?" And he's like, "I'm not really a breakfast person." And she said, "It's the most important meal of the day, they say." And he goes, "Who's they?" And she goes, "I'm not sure. Just people say that." He goes, "I'll tell you who they is. It's Kellogg's and all of these fucking companies that want to shove, breakfast narratives down our throat. They're the ones that try to sell you on this idea, this most important meal of the day, because it's a corporate." It was so funny, man. I was like, hell yeah, let's go. That was the first thing he said in episode 2. And he's like, it's just corporate bullshit. It's like, hell yeah. Because me personally, like, I love breakfast food, but I hate eating breakfast. I don't like breakfast. I don't eat breakfast, but I love breakfast food. I just don't like it in the morning. Little Orphan Funkhauser says Mossad got to Tua. He wants to play in Jerusalem. Tua's he's a pretty big believer. So your Barmy says Israel gave Jeremy a free box of pagers, priceless. Mod Eric says everyone say a prayer for a friend of all of ours, just another red shirt. He really needs the good thoughts and prayers. Prayers up to just another red shirt. Okay, let's get into everything going on right now, because it's been a wild, wild day. Now, a lot of this, really took off because Marjorie Trader Green, as Donald Trump has called her, obviously she's been, going on about the Epstein files and the victims and all this bullshit. And she's really pissed off President Trump. And this kind of goes back to this point right here. I've got to go into my liked videos, because I did like this stupid video earlier. But this goes to right here. When they had this moment a few months ago, Thomas Massey, Marjorie Trader Green, and I think Gloria Allred were out here with these Epstein victims, and they did a big press conference. This is September 3rd that this happened. Okay. So through all of this and these women that are, saying these things, this part really did raise a lot of eyebrows. A lot of people heard this part and they're like, really now? That's an interesting thought. I don't know the exact timestamp, but let's listen to this really quick.
For pity. We are here demanding accountability, and I'm demanding justice. Congress must choose. Will you continue to protect predators, or will you finally protect survivors? And also, I would like to announce here today, us Epstein survivors have been discussing creating our own list.
Ooh.
We know the names.
Ooh.
Many of us were abused by them. Now, together as survivors, we will confidentially compile the names we all know. Transparency alone is
interesting. So that was September 3rd. September 3rd, ladies and gentlemen. Where's your secret list that you're gonna put together? What are you waiting for? There are literally more victims every day potentially out there that you don't release this list. Where's it at? I mean, I guess we're just supposed to just wait, and whatever group this list of these ladies put together, we're supposed to believe it completely, 100%. So this right here bothered me because, listen, I'm always going to be sympathetic to someone that actually went through something. What I'm not going to be sympathetic to is someone that claims that they have information that can protect future victims, and they dangle it like a carrot. I mean, maybe I should, you know what? Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should set a super chat goal. And I should say, I will release the names on the Epstein list when we reach a certain amount of super chats. I'm doing this because I care. I don't have any motivation behind it. That's how that would feel. Like, people would be like, wait a minute, you actually have the Epstein list, but you're putting it behind a paywall? Like, if you have the list of people, then tell everyone while you're here at this press conference for the world to see. But anyway, Marjorie Trader Green, as Trump has labeled her, was there along with Thomas Massey, Mr. Grandstander. Then, of course, after Trump kind of pulled his support for Marjorie Trader Green, then she goes on CNN. And of course, I mean, of course, you're going to go to CNN if you're feuding with Trump. Of course, as Matt Walsh says, leftists celebrated Charlie Kirk's murder and then elected an AG who openly fantasizes about killing us and our children. And now Republicans are going on CNN to apologize for their toxic rhetoric. What the hell is going on?
Woman, you posted on X that President Trump is, with his comments, fueling a, quote, hotbed of threats against you. Obviously, any threats to your safety are completely unacceptable. But we have seen these kinds of attacks or criticism from the president at other people. It's not new. And with respect, I haven't heard you speak out about it until it was directed at you.
Dana, I think that's fair criticism. And I would like to say humbly, I'm sorry for taking part in the toxic politics. It's very bad for our country. And it's been something I've thought about a lot, especially since Charlie Kirk was assassinated, is that I'm only responsible for myself and my own words and actions. And I am committed, and I've been working on this a lot lately, to put down the knives in politics. I really just want to see people be kind to one another. And we need to figure out a new path forward that is focused on the American people, because as Americans, no matter what side of the aisle we're on, we have far more in common than we have differences. Yeah. And we need to be able to respect each other with our disagreements.
So just to put a button on this, you regret the things that you have said and posted in the past, the Facebook post that was taken down of you in 2020 holding a gun alongside.
Like, seriously, going to CNN and apologizing for your rhetoric is unbelievable. And this is right after she went to The View. So she goes on The View, then she goes on CNN and apologizes. Are you kidding me? It's unbelievable, man.
The Squad encouraging people to go on the offense against the socialists, liking a tweet of somebody calling for the execution of Nancy Pelosi and former President Obama. Just examples.
Well, Dana, as you know, and many people know, I addressed that back in 2021. And of course, I never want to cause any harm or anything bad for anyone. So that was addressed back then. And I very much stand by my words I said then, and I stand by my words today. I think America needs to come together and end all the toxic, dangerous rhetoric and divide. And I'm leading the way with my own example, and I hope that President Trump can do the same.
So, of course, here you have that. Okay, so there she is on CNN telling you, how terrible she is and the Republicans, and making apologies for, whatever she's supposedly apologizing for. And right on cue, and this is very much expected, but it's right on cue. But she now is claiming, which is this is the prototypical leftist behavior. She is claiming harassment and death threats. Oh, yes, here it is. Of course. Of course. The hoax pizza deliveries have started to my house, my family members. Update, we've also received pipe bomb threats on my construction company's office building. President Trump's unwarranted and vicious attacks against me were a dog whistle to dangerous radicals that could lead to serious attacks on me and my family. Now, let me ask you a question. Just using common sense, who do you think gets more death threats than any human being in the world on a daily basis? There's only one answer. We know who it is. Donald J. Trump gets more threats than any human being on the planet on a daily basis. Does Donald Trump wake up every day telling you how victimized he is? Like, you can play the victim on this stuff if you want. You can publicize these things if you want, because if you do that, you are trying to build a narrative that you're a victim and everybody should feel sorry for you. And so we're seeing that. Now, Alex Jones has bit. And let's listen to what Alex Jones has to say right here.
So Marjorie Taylor Greene just posted on X that they've had bomb threats at her construction company business, and they're getting pizzas delivered to her house and her family's house. People like Laura Loomer made jokes about it and said, "Oh, look at you whining." MTG's been swatted more than 10 times on record. I've been swatted. My crew's been swatted. And the pizzas come first. Then they talk to the delivery guy to make sure it's the right house that they talk to you. This is serious. We've seen Congressman Scalise shot, Charlie Kirk killed, so much more. And so I tell Laura Loomer, don't make jokes about this. I know you hate MTG, but we need to turn the heat down here and stop this MAGA civil war. We can disagree with each other all day, but to say that she's making this up or she's a crybaby is bull. Now, this could be a false flag. The Democrats have swatted her and done all this much before. They can be doing this to stir her up.
Yeah, but she said she blamed President Trump. She literally blamed President Trump. President Trump's unwarranted and vicious attacks against me were a dog whistle to dangerous radicals that could lead to serious attacks on me and my family. She's already blamed Trump. She's already blamed who she wants to blame for it. She's already building the narrative.
And push her in to going against Trump. And MTG responded as if it was Trump coming out calling her a traitor that did this, which is logical. But again, the left are experts at pulling off Jussie Smollett type crap. So we need to de-escalate this. We need to stop fighting amongst each other, just like when Trump kicked out Musk. Really hurt Doge, hurt his approval rating. Now Trump's brought Musk back, brought in his NASA head. We need cooler heads to prevail and stop this big cat fight that's going on between Laura Loomer and MTG. That's where a lot of this started.
Now, Laura Loomer has responded, and she ratioed Alex, and she says, I have called the Rome, Georgia Police Department today. They told me they haven't received a single report of MTG getting a bomb threat. I recorded the call as well. Notice she hasn't posted any receipts. Fake. Damn. There it is. Now, again, we know Laura Loomer is Laura Loomer, but that's a pretty strong accusation. She's saying she has the receipts to it as well. And she says, notice how Marjorie Taylor Greene has not posted any receipts. Now, again, to be clear, I don't want anyone, threatened or doxxed or harassed or anything like that. That's not the point. That's obviously bad, and that's something that everyone is going to denounce. But when you publicize it like this, you're clearly trying to send a narrative and build a message. And this line right here is a huge issue. This is a huge issue right here, where she's already decided, like, it's not the actions of the individual, it's the actions of President Trump. So she's already decided that that's what she's going to build her narrative out of. Now, along with that, you have supercuts of Trump supporters regretting their vote for Trump. If you believe this, you are an idiot if you think that this is actually real, because it's not real.
In 2 weeks, I'm done. You want to talk about regretting your vote?
I never thought I'd say that, but I regret my vote. I voted for Trump.
I voted for Trump, and I regret it now.
As a Hispanic, I voted for Donald J. Trump. Dude, I regret it so much, man.
I am regretting my vote for Donald Trump.
I voted for Donald Trump, and now I regret it.
A lot of people who were like me voted for Trump and have to account for that.
I regret voting for Trump.
So deeply regret my vote for Donald Trump.
I regret voting for Trump.
I was a dumbass, voted for Trump. It was the worst decision I ever made.
I've seen the light, and I got out of MAGA. A lot of us there have seen the light.
I've seen the light, and I got out of MAGA. What does that even mean?
We have deep regrets.
I feel guilty because I voted for Trump twice. I feel very guilty because I feel responsible That's why he's still running.
I was with Trump for 9 straight years. I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed in Trump right now.
I'm in 2 weeks. I'm done. You want to talk about regretting your vote?
I never thought I'd say that, but I regret my vote.
This is all just trying to drive more of a wedge in between, the discussion right now. And listen, some people are, walking right into it and believing it. But it's just not reality. It's just not reality at all. Now we've got, try to find it right here. Trying to see. There was a clip of Trump right here. Okay, right here. So Trump responded to someone right here asking him about MTG right here.
Her life could be in danger because of the rhetoric.
Her life is in danger? Who's that?
Marjorie Taylor Greene, he says.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't think her life is in danger. Frankly, I don't think anybody cares about her.
It's just so casually savage. Just so casual about it. I don't really think anybody even cares. Like, now there was more interactions in that discussion as well. This one right here, you had a reporter that Trump got really, really angry at for interrupting him.
Look, I can't tell him. Will you let me finish my statement? You are the worst. You're with Bloomberg, right? You are the worst. I don't know why they even have you. We've had some great interviews with Tucker Carlson, but you can't tell him who to interview. I mean, if he wants to interview Nick Fuentes, I can't.
So, and that's the other one too. So they asked Trump about Tucker Carlson. I guess they were going to try to get him to say something about that, but like they asked him about Tucker talking to Nick Fuentes, because there's been a big discussion about that. Trump answered it perfectly.
Carlson recently had a friendly interview with anti-Semite Nick Fuentes. Tucker Carlson. What role do you think Tucker Carlson should play in the Republican Party and the conservative movement going forward?
Well, I found him to be good. I mean, he said good things about me over the years. I think he's good. We've had some good interviews. I did an interview with him. We had 300 million hits. You know that. Look, I can't tell him. Will you let me finish my statement? You are the worst. You're with Bloomberg, right? You are the worst. I don't know why they even have you. We've had some great interviews with Tucker Carlson, but you can't tell him who to interview. I mean, if he wants to interview Nick Fuentes, I don't know much about him, but if he wants to do it, get the word out. Let him, people have to decide. Ultimately, people have to decide.
Perfect answer. People can talk to whoever they want. When you are on the side of silencing voices, you are on the wrong side.
The mayor of New York, I will say, would like to meet with us, and we'll work something out. But he would like to come to Washington and meet, and we'll work something out. We want to see everything work out well for New York.
You yourself had dinner with Nick Fuentes at Mar-a-Lago a few years ago. What role should he play in the conservative movement?
Well, I didn't know he was coming, and he was with, as you know, somebody, Kanye. And Kanye asked if he could have dinner, and he brought Nick. I didn't know Nick at the time. And he did. He came, and along with a few other people. He brought a few people with him. Meeting people, talking to people, like for somebody like Tucker, that's what they do. People are controversial. Some are, some aren't.
Yeah. So, perfect answer from Trump. And, Dr. Steve Turley actually has a really good video on this topic right here with the Epstein files, because ultimately this is all centered around the Epstein files. Epstein. They can't stop talking about Epstein, yada, yada, yada. So we're going to get to this here in just a minute with Dr. Steve Turley. First, let me get to some super chats. Mr. T says, hey, Jeremy, serious question. Do you think John Cena is the greatest WWE superstar that WWE has produced from the ground up? In my opinion, I think he is. That they have produced from the ground up. I need to know who you consider from the ground up, though. Like, do you consider Stone Cold Steve Austin from the ground up? Because obviously Steve, he was Stunning Steve and he came from WCW, but the Stone Cold Steve Austin gimmick was created by WWF. So I would need to know what you mean. Do you mean because Hulk Hogan? Hulk Hogan was created by the WWF, even though Terry Bollea and the Hulk was a wrestler before then. So I guess I would need what your qualifiers are. Listen, I'm not a John Cena guy, but I respect the fact that John Cena's been doing this for the longevity that he has. So from a longevity standpoint, you can't really deny that. It's pretty incredible how long he's been doing it. But Stone Cold Steve Austin is the greatest superstar in the history of wrestling. And I'm not even sure that's debatable. Now, I think Ric Flair is the single greatest of all time in terms of all the work he put in at the lower levels and the gimmick and the nature boy and the in-ring work and the mic work and the grind and married to the business. But Steve Austin hit heights that we've never seen and we never will see again. And then, of course, Hulk Hogan is right there as well. You got to have Hulk Hogan. But I respect the longevity of Cena, but I'm not a Cena guy at all. Let's see. Dark Shorts Rising for 20 says MTG needs to exit, needs to exist on the fringe. That's what she does and does not care which fringe it is. It also is YouTube blocking those 3 letters. Not MTG, if that's what you're talking about. Not at all. Thank you, Dark Schwartz Rising. I appreciate it. MAGA Mike says, call me a conspiracy theorist, but I believe Trump and Elon's feud was created to expose the traitors pretending to be MAGA and the entire left with Epstein files, and now they have no choice but to eat it when released. I know a lot of people that think that the Trump-Elon feud was completely, a work from those guys. I don't believe that. I do believe that there was some discussion about these two separating because it really was not good for Elon to be connected to Trump. It wasn't. But when Elon posted about Trump being in the Epstein files, I just, that's where I was like, maybe they did create this feud, but I don't think that it was agreed upon that Elon made the post about Trump being in the Epstein files. I don't believe that at all. But I do believe that there's an active, there was an active movement between these two guys to get Elon away from Trump because it was not good for Elon. They were attacking Elon like crazy, man. They were going after him like crazy, but either way, I mean, it's all worked out, but I don't know how much it was them working together as much as it was just, the Epstein thing was bad, but I hear you. I know you're saying it was bait, bro. I hear you. I know a lot of people that believe that. So, Brady for 20 says Bryce Lipscomb sent a tweet out about all of MAGA is burning their hats. I knew these Maha Cali libs would cause trouble. I've so been waiting for you to go live about all this drama. Yes, I've been watching all of it, and I wasn't going to go live tonight, but I was like, you know what? It's too good. The eating is too good right now. So, absolutely, there's a lot to cover. We're going to be here for a while, probably. Vault 95 says, great gaming stream the other night. Thank you. I had a lot of fun, even though Call of Duty Black Ops 7 sucks. Jesus says, hail Cobra Commander Jeremy. Thank you. Mod Eric says, she might not even be broken, but I can fix Lisa Phillips. Alucard says, that woman sounds like she's grifting the votes. Cosmic Cowboy says, this infighting is insane. If they do not work together to fix the economy and other domestic issues, then they will lose again. I don't get it. Why fight each other? It's what Dems want. Well, again, I do think that a lot of the people that are pushing the MAGA's dead movement and all of that, I think it's people that were DeSantis supporters, or just libs in general that, or libertarians. 100% libertarians are part of that because libertarians are constantly crying about something. So, but it's not a big movement within MAGA. Ben Johnson for 10 says, liberal here, but I like breaking news. Within the last hour, Trump truth that the files should be released. A quick Google will find it. What the fuck is happening? Yes, we're going to get to that as well. So on that point, all right, let's go to Dr. Steve Turley. Oh, MAGA Mike says, Elon stopped his Teslas from being firebombed by baiting the left with Trump being on the list. That's my opinion. I believed it when Elon apologized for saying it. Well, regardless of how it happened, you are correct that it did happen. They did stop. You're 100% right about that. Okay, so Dr. Steve Turley has this video that's already got 400,000 views in a day. You won't believe who they found in the Epstein files. So mods, drop a link to Dr. Steve's channel. Let's check this out really quick.
Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your back porch professor. I hope you're all having a wonderful fall weekend, but I can certainly tell you who is not, and that is one Barack Hussein Obama, and another very, very prominent Democrat. You're not going to believe this. You know, we said from the very beginning that these Epstein files are a tripwire. This is a Trump sting, right? The Democrats are walking right into a trap here set for them by President Trump. This is pretty astonishing stuff. And if he pulls this off, and it looks increasingly as if he will, this will be the single greatest political 4D chess move ever. So we've got so much going on here. The Trump administration is dropping portion after portion of the Epstein files like literal nukes over the Democrat Party. And the latest batch to come out are emails that show that Barack Obama's inner circle had direct communications with Epstein. And Obama himself appears to have been referred to as the boss in correspondence between Epstein and a top White House lawyer, right? So we've got another big guy.
Just to get clarification, Dr. Steve is or I am? I need clarification. Which one of us is the scammer, first of all, okay? I need to know. I need a little clarification. So can you tell me which one of us? Or is it both? Is it both? Both. Both. Come on. Let me know. I need to know which one. Probably equal. Not you, him. Well, fuck. I wanted it to be me. Fuck. What do I have to do to get accused of being a scammer around here? I'm going to try better next time. Let's continue on to the video, though.
Epstein himself appears to have been referred to as the boss in correspondence between Epstein and a top White House lawyer, right? So we've got another big guy connection here, right? This is very similar to what we saw with Biden and the emails, where he's getting kickbacks from the corrupt Ukrainian energy company Burisma, right? Where we learned that among all the Biden family members that were getting all their percentage of kickbacks, 10%, if I recall, is 10% was set for the big guy, right? The term big guy was found to be used several times all throughout Hunter Biden's email.
We all remember that. And by the way, I don't know Dr. Steve, but I like him. So, this right here, and this is all leading to what Trump posted here about an hour ago. Thank you, Nandy, for the scammer tax. Let's freaking go. Heroes is wannabe scammer tax. Let's freaking go. Finally making it, baby. Vault 95 says, Jeremy scammed me 199 out of me. It's still a win. That's what I'm talking about.
On his now infamous laptop from hell, which of course 51 so-called intelligence experts told us was nothing more than Russian disinformation, which ironically turned out to itself to be the epitome of disinformation. And every single time big guy is used throughout those emails, it clearly referred to Joe Biden. Well, we've got something very similar here with the Epstein emails with regard to Obama. And it all goes through Obama's White House counsel and one of his closest personal friends, Kathleen Rumler. She's with Goldman Sachs right now. If you didn't know that, shows you this revolving door between big government and big business that consolidates unprecedented power and wealth in the hands of very, very few. But here's what the newly released emails show. So in 2014, so this is after Epstein had already pleaded guilty to soliciting prostitution from a minor back in 2008. Catherine Rumler, one of Obama's best friends and part of his inner circle, was exchanging emails with Epstein. And these weren't casual messages. Epstein was asking her to speak to, quote, the boss about something serious.
Now, who's the boss? Who's the boss, you ask? Well, she only had one person that she was working for. Now, we're supposed to believe every single detail that we're hearing about this, by the way, so we are not allowed to question any of this. This is what I was told by the liberals. We are not allowed to question anything. Believe all victims, believe all women, believe all accusers, believe all. Just following the rules that the left set for us. And this is the dangerous, slippery slope when you virtue signal constantly, when you virtue signal with your bullshit.
So who's the boss in this situation? Well, there's only one, and it's Obama, the president of the United States. That's the only person she was working for. Now, the email chain is rather stunning. Epstein tells Rumler in this email that you need to talk to the boss. And then she responds, agreed, but I need to be prepared to say yes before I talk to him. Now, they're discussing what the emails call high risk, low risk, professional, emotional, and financial implications. Now, what that exactly is, we have no idea at this point. The emails simply don't say. But you can bet the legacy media ain't going to be asking, because it doesn't help them in their attempt to fabricate an anti-Trump narrative.
Why don't they have any emails with Trump's people and Trump with the Epstein after the separation that Trump and Epstein had all those years ago before Epstein was ever, convicted of anything or accused of anything? Donald Trump kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. Why don't they have any communication with Trump if he was so intricately involved with Epstein? Why don't they have that? I'm just asking questions. You would think, since Trump was connected to Epstein so much, according to the liberals, you would think that they would have something to base their claims off of. You would think they would have something, a paper trail. They would have anything. No, that they have all of these old clips of Trump with Epstein that they continue to use constantly.
With Epstein. Now, this was not an isolated incident. These emails continued through 25 and 2016. So for a full 2 years, Obama's inner circle was apparently maintaining contact with this convicted sex offender. And when asked about it, Rumler gave the classic,
To be fair, though, if this is all that they have on Barack Hussein Obama, it's kind of a reach. Okay, hypothetically, so go with me, chat, okay? Hypothetically, let's say Barack Hussein Obama and Big Mike had, I don't know, a chef, maybe? And let's just say that chef just turned up dead near the Obama's house. That would be a huge story that the mainstream media would be covering like crazy. And then that could show you like a pattern, of behavior. But again, this is hypothetical. This is hypothetical stuff. You know what I'm saying? So just want to point that out. Anyway.
Denial, right? She basically said, well, I regret my past associations with Jeffrey, blah, blah. And Goldman Sachs is standing by her. They're saying it's a non-issue for them in terms of them employing her. But there's so much more. Larry Summers, Obama's Treasury Secretary, he was also having regular conversations with Epstein. And I mean regular.
That is a highly specific hypothetical. Sometimes, I just wing it, I just say whatever, again, this is a crazy scenario. So we'd never see a situation like that. That's why it's hypothetical. Like, I'm trying to think of something crazy that would never, ever happen. But I'm just trying to make people kind of see where I'm going with this. If it were true, that would make a lot of sense.
And I kid you not, the email shows Summers asking Epstein for dating advice. That's in the emails. High-level Democrats in Obama's inner circle were asking Epstein, one of the single worst child sex offenders in our nation's history, for freaking dating advice. I mean, you have to let this hit you. The Treasury Secretary of the United States was taking romantic counsel from a convicted sex trafficker.
Again, that would be weird. Don't want to do that to Turley. That would be weird if, in fact, we had another pattern of oh, wait, what's this from the New York Post? What is this? What is this right here? Cause of death of Barack Obama's personal chef revealed? What? Campbell, 45, a former member of the White House kitchen staff, had been paddleboarding in Edgartown Great Pond off Martha's Vineyard, where the Obamas own a summer estate, on July 23rd when he lost his footing, went underwater, and never resurfaced? You're kidding me. Huh. It's interesting. I mean, I'm shocked that the media hasn't brought more attention to this. Just lost his footing, guys. Awful. Scary stuff, man. Be careful if you're out there paddleboarding.
Trafficker. And it gets worse. You ready for this? The latest now is that back in 2016, Epstein wrote to the journalist Michael Wolff, and Wolff has been doing everything he possibly can to try to bring Trump down through Epstein, but he admits there's nothing there. He had a personal contact with Epstein, and Epstein was basically like, I got nothing on this Trump guy. But regardless, he did reportedly tell Wolff that Hillary was, quote, doing naughtiness with Vince, doing naughty things, implying she was having a sexual affair with Vince Foster.
I did not need to hear that. I did not need to know that under any circumstance.
Now, you remember Vince Foster was deputy White House counsel under Bill Clinton, and a longtime Clinton ally going all the way back to Arkansas, and was found dead in July in 93 from supposedly a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. So this latest revealed Epstein email suggests that Epstein believed, or he had information that Hillary and Vince were having an affair while both worked in the Clinton White House. Now, this is what I mean about the Epstein files being a tripwire for the Democrats. While their lapdogs and the legacy media are obsessing over trying desperately to connect Trump to Epstein, the actual documented connections that are coming out for all to see are actually between Epstein and Obama's people, multiple members of his administration, senior advisors, and current members of Congress. The emails show coordination, they show ongoing relationships, and they show alarmingly casual comfort with a known sexual predator. So what's happening here? Well, next week, Congress will be voting on releasing all the Epstein files. And ironically, it's the Republicans who are suddenly demanding transparency.
Now, that's all. Everything that he was saying was leading me into what happened tonight. And tonight, President Trump tweeted out for all House Republicans to vote to release the Epstein files. We have nothing to hide, and it's time to move on from this Democrat hoax perpetuated by radical left lunatics in order to deflect from the great success of the Republican Party, including our recent victory on the Democrats' shutdown. The Department of Justice has already turned over tens of thousands of pages to the public on Epstein, are looking at various Democrat operatives, Bill Clinton, Reid Hoffman, Larry Summers, and their relationship with Epstein. And the House Oversight Committee can have whatever they are legally entitled to. I don't care. That's from Trump right there. But he's got so much to hide, guys. Trump's got so much to hide.
Democrats, in the meantime, have suddenly seemed to lose their enthusiasm to have all the files released. They just want to continue to cherry pick through them and release only those that mention Trump without any of them having any explicit connection to Epstein's nefarious practices, and none of them will. But it appears too late for the Democrats. They wanted to make Epstein the major issue in D.C. Well, they're getting it. And as a result, now it's high-level Democrats, even a former Democrat president, who are the ones that will have everything to lose.
I just don't know what their play is here. Like, I just don't understand. Like, I understand that, like, this Epstein thing has become a major story online. I don't think people outside of, people that are on the internet as much as we are, I don't think people generally care about the Epstein stuff outside of the internet. But on the internet, it's a huge issue, and it is causing a huge discussion. And I do think that the administration has kind of brought some of that on themselves with the again, I feel like a broken record, but I have so many idiots that say that Jeremy never criticizes Trump. And it's like, I get tired of going down the laundry list of all the things that I've criticized Trump over, but I will go back to the Epstein files with the influencers, which I think was a horrifically bad situation, incredibly embarrassing, and a terrible, terrible look all the way around. And I think that that elevated a lot of the discussion. It was a huge error on the Trump administration's part. It really was. And so that was what kind of started the discussion all over again. And then they fumbled that whole thing. And while, yes, Pam Bondi is a problem, I do agree with that. Like, Trump and Vance were there at the White House that day. It was fully approved through them. I don't know what they were thinking. I have no idea. But ultimately, now we are here. And are they going to release the whole thing? I have no idea what's going to happen. I do not believe that, and shout out to Dr. Steve Turley. If you guys have not, you should be checking his videos out. He has really good videos, except for that one guy. He doesn't like him. He does not like him at all. But I like Dr. Steve. I used to react to a lot of his stuff. I haven't reacted to as much lately. But that was a really interesting video. Make sure we link to his channel, mods. But like, I was listening to a Bill O'Reilly video earlier talking about this, and he broke it down pretty well too. I'm gonna have to put Bill O'Reilly on like 1.5 speed, because Bill O'Reilly just talks so fucking slow. So I'll have to speed this one up a little bit with O'Reilly. So here's O'Reilly's video right here. Talked about the Epstein stuff.
Was inaugurated in January. The Democratic Party has tried to smear him with Epstein, try to tie Mr. Trump to crimes that Jeffrey Epstein committed. They do it every day, all day. That's what they want to do. There is no evidence that that happened. None. Okay. So Democrats on the House Committee on Oversight leak some emails out to the press, and the press goes nuts. I looked at the emails, nothing there. There's just nothing there. And even worse, there is innuendo that could get people hurt. That was always from the very beginning. The President Trump asked me on St. Patrick's Day at the Oval Office.
And that was the thing from the beginning. Trump said, Trump said the reason he doesn't want to release everything was because there's a lot of people that are probably not caught up in this at all, but their names can get out there and it can just destroy them. Now, I understand the argument against that. And the argument against that is who cares? I understand that argument, but it makes sense from Trump's perspective to why he would want to, make sure that innocent people aren't getting caught up in this.
Would you release the files? And I said, yeah, if they're verified. But if they're not verified, if it's rumor or Justice Department hasn't nailed down, remember, 2 Justice Departments, Merrick Garland and Trump 1, William Barr. Those things have been investigated like crazy. Okay. So I said, if there's evidence that somebody was hanging with Epstein, you got to put it out. But if it's just a rumor, no, people get hurt. Okay, so they throw this stuff out. And again, on News Nation, here's what I said. Go.
If you are asking for unverified information about a heinous crime and criminal to be given to the public, unverified now. Remember, the Justice Department under 2 administrations had this information, not verified. If that's what you want, then you need to read my book, Killing the Witches, because that's the kind of country not what they will have.
No, that is what they want.
That's 100% what they want. They absolutely. Oh my God. Damn, Bill looking like a right-wing Palpatine. Holy shit. Oh, that's fucking good. That's good.
They want, they being the Trump haters, all of everything the Justice Department has on Jeffrey Epstein. And Cuomo, who was credited at the end of the segment, said, I want everything. Well, I said, well, what if people get hurt? Innocent people. No, we ought to know. How do you know? You can't know. You can't investigate it. I'm right on this. But the bigger picture is that due process is really under fire in this country. Okay. Now, whether you care or not, there is exculpation.
Well, due process is under fire because people's social media has fundamentally changed our behavior and our expectations. And I'm a victim of that as well. We now want instant results on everything. We want instant results. We don't want to wait for anything because we don't have to wait for anything. We wake up and we have 24-hour news all day long. There is no time to breathe. There's no time to process. There's no time to deliberate. It's just like, move on to the next thing, move on to the next thing, move on to the next thing. And it's just nonstop. It's the TikTok world that we're in. That is rewired our brains and our expectations. And it sucks. It's one reason why, and I know the meme is that because Alabama lost yesterday. I was just like, I just need a break from the internet for like a half a day or something, because it's just nonstop. I hate it, but I love it at the same time. But like I talked about with like me growing up as a retro toy collector and a retro video game collector, I don't want to buy things off Amazon. So like I'm a G.I. Joe fan and I love retro video games. I have access to all of these G.I. Joes right now and retro video games. I can buy them right now. I can go on Amazon, I can go on eBay, I can buy whatever I want. But I don't want to because there's no joy in that. I want to find them in a retro store because it's the thrill of the hunt that, it's exciting to me. Like if I go in this store, there might be that, G.I. Joe I've been looking for, but it's just so easy to just go to eBay and buy it. It's like, no. So anyway, he's talking about due process is, under fire. I think that's why.
Evidence in Donald Trump's favor. And it's very powerful evidence. The three principals involved with Epstein, who committed suicide, as you know, were Ghislaine Maxwell, Virginia Giuffre, who was molested, and Alan Dershowitz, who was Epstein's lawyer. They are the three principal witnesses to what Epstein did. Okay. All three said Trump wasn't involved with anything untoward. All three. Now, that's enough reasonable doubt. That will never get to court in any way, shape, or form. That gets thrown out in 10 seconds when you have three people on the record who had access to Epstein, all saying Trump didn't do anything. All right. Now, Dershowitz is the most powerful witness because once Epstein was dead, then attorney-client privilege disappears. Here's what Dershowitz said yesterday.
I was Epstein's lawyer. I was trying to make him the best possible deal I could make. That's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do. And among the questions I asked him is,
if I'm not mistaken, I think Dershowitz is not a fan of Trump. Am I right about that? I don't think Dershowitz likes Trump, which kind of gives even more credibility to when he says Trump was not involved. But I don't think he likes Trump. I don't think he has like major TDS or anything like that. But I just don't think he's a fan of Trump.
Any lawyer would is, can you name people who may have had improper sexual relationships with anybody? And if we can turn those people over to the government, we can maybe get you a better deal. And then I went through a variety of names, including Donald Trump. And Jeffrey Epstein said, no, Trump didn't do anything wrong.
Go ahead. So what more do you need? Doesn't matter.
What more do you need? There is Jeffrey Epstein's former attorney who said, I talked to Jeffrey Epstein directly, and he said Trump was not involved. What else? Like, there's nothing else. There's nothing else.
Press ran wild last night. Okay? ABC World News Tonight spent 4 minutes, 23 seconds on the story. NBC Nightly News, 4 minutes, 34 seconds. CBS Evening News, 2 minutes, 7 seconds. Cable, these are estimates on cable, because you have a 3-hour prime window, prime time. CNN, 1 hour and 10 minutes out of the 3.
Holy crap. So CNN spent 1 hour, 10 minutes on Epstein. MSNBC, 2 hours and 9 minutes. Fox News spent 5 minutes on it.
MSNBC, a whopping 2 hours, 9 minutes. Fox News spent 5 minutes. Okay. American homeowners, the FBI has been warning all of us.
All right, we respect
that
the
a type
grift,
of real
Bill,
estate fraud
but,
called title theft. And without
you talk too slow.
$1 trip spend a block.com. So this is just crazy. But it gets worse. So there's a congresswoman from New Mexico named Melanie Stansberry. Roll it.
Secondly, whether or not Virginia Giuffre has accused the president of wrongdoing, what I'd like to say to the American people is believe your eyes. We have all seen the photographs of Donald Trump with underage girls sitting on his lap.
There are no photographs of Donald Trump with girls on his lap.
Who is that? Dude, that is an absolute, she could be sued to hell over that. Holy crap.
Stansberry. Roll it.
Secondly, whether or not Virginia Giuffre has accused the president of wrongdoing, what I'd like to say to the American people is believe your eyes. We have all seen the photographs of Donald Trump with underage girls sitting on his lap.
Wow.
There are no photographs of Donald Trump with girls on his lap. So either Congressman Stansberry is lying, or she got faked out by some AI thing or whatever. There are no photographs. Now, the House Ethics Committee should absolutely drag her in and say, what the deuce are you doing? Second, a guy named Rick Stengel, Trump hater. Okay, we used to be a journalist, and he was a Democrat, whatever. Roll him.
I mean, the idea that he calls it a hoax, and all day long people can watch on television them leering at girls at parties and things. It's like, well, gee, it's not a hoax. So I think it has legs, and it should, and it is the sort of thing that could undermine the basis of his presidency.
Again, it's not true. There's no evidence of the president leering at anybody.
Again, if Trump is so bad, why do they have to keep making things up? Why do they have to keep lying? Why? Why do they have to manipulate speeches that he's giving if he's so bad?
You would think that the news agencies that put these people on, CNN and MSNBC, would challenge. No, because they don't care what happened. They want to get Trump. Finally, there was a very disturbing X file from Eric Swalwell. You remember that name? He probably the worst Trump hater in the country, represents California. He says, quote, the government was shut down for 40 plus days to protect Donald Trump. People weren't paid. Credit was destroyed. Tenants were evicted. All because pedo protector.
Republicans voted for the country to be opened. What is he talking? Again, man, if you don't believe that TDS is not a huge mental issue, like this is absolutely insane. Just making shit up.
Mike Johnson sought to shield Donald Trump, but it's coming out now. Pray for these women Trump, Epstein terrorized. Now, if I'm Donald Trump and that goes out on X, I sue Swalwell. But do I win? So herein is the complication of living in the United States of America.
Well, I mean, all three of those statements that O'Reilly put up are, every one of them should be sued. I mean, that chick from the Oversight Committee, she said there's pictures of Trump with young girls on his lap. The other guy said that there's videos of Trump and Epstein looking at younger girls. Where? All three of those. So again, it goes back to, if Trump is so bad, why do you have to lie? If he's so bad, why do you have to make things up? If he's so guilty, and if it's so obvious to everyone, why do you make shit up? That's where we are. That's where we are. Also, don't forget, you got till November 25th to go get your 199 hoodie or your Unit 199 Cultural Task Force t-shirt or your IDOT hat, or you can get all three. Got a bundle over there. Link is in the pinned post on Kick and on YouTube, so make sure you go over there and check that out. Dark Shores Rising says, also, thanks for going live tonight. Work is crazy stressful for a lot of us, and Sunday nights stress me out in anticipation. CobraCast helps a lot. Hey, man, thank you so much. I'm glad. I wasn't going to go live, and I was like, you know what? There's so much to talk about with all of this, so might as well do it. Nandy says, scammer tax for $10. Nelson for 10 says the survivors received over $300 million as part of a settlement, which may have had an NDA. They may make a list, but they won't disclose it. 199. I would think part of that NDA would be to not threaten to make lists that you can't follow through on. I don't know. I don't know anything about NDAs, but I would think that if they signed an NDA and a settlement, then you shouldn't stand up in front of national television and promise something that you legally cannot provide. Just saying. Let's see. Brady for 10 says Epstein was colluding with the Dems to take Trump down. I bet he was going to lie and name Trump about something. He and Obama were colluding. Crazy. You're a scammer, Jay. You're welcome. Always wanted to be called a scammer. I have been a few times. That's why we have the scan in meme right there, the scan in 199. MAGA Mike says, this was a chess move by Trump. Now all the fake MAGA and left have only two options. Either accept the files they demanded or reject them. Either way, they embarrass themselves and Trump wins. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Thank you, MAGA Mike. Brady for 20 says, I have to take my scammer comment back because you're so adorable. I am old. Old people can say creepy shit. I don't care. Like, you being old I'm more concerned as long as you're a woman. That's okay. We've established that. So it's okay. A dude can't call me adorable. That's not allowed around here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Ben Johnson says, I'm so confused. Trump resisted to the release so hard. Now I think Trump has whitewashed the files of his guilt. Is this a reasonable position? No. It's a position that I think that you've been listening to the leftist media on. But, I mean, if you listen to everything, there's a reason that Trump has resisted on this. Number one, and if you go back to when I brought it up, I said, I just don't think this is an important issue to Trump. And I stand by that. And then you've had many accounts where Trump said, like, I have no problem releasing the files, but I don't want innocent people to get caught up in it. And look what they've done to Trump, who's the most, indestructible force in the world. No matter what they throw at him, it doesn't hurt him. But this has been something that he can't shake, the accusations. So if random people are caught up in this, their names are caught up in it for no reason, that's where Trump is coming from. So that's consistently been his stance on it. Go back to when he was asked about it in whatever. I think that was who's that one podcaster that interviewed him? Lex Friedman, whatever his name is. He asked Trump about it, and I think that was Trump's answer. I think. Creature Guide for 20 says, Jeremy, this is for your dinosaur fund. I appreciate that. I've been hoping to get a dino fund. So they removed, I'm pretty sure I haven't been there in a while, but at Animal Kingdom, I think they removed the dinosaur attraction, which really upsets me because I'm one of the few people that like the animated movie Dinosaur from Disney. You remember that one? I love that movie, dude. It's a great movie. I was not a lot of people liked that movie back in the day, but I liked that movie. He just is Taylor Greene is a traitor to her party and to Trump. Sakuri says, release the list tax. Saul Felix says, Salty showed receipts of MTG saying to keep illegals. I think you're talking about this one right here. Give me a minute. I've got that right here. If I'm not mistaken, this might be it. Let me see. Is this it? I don't know if this is it. I think this is it.
As a conservative and as a business owner in the construction industry and as a realist, I can say we have to do something about labor, and that needs to be a smarter plan than just rounding up every single person and deporting them just like that. Right. So, and I'm going to get pushback on that, but I'm just living in reality from here on out.
Yeah.
And if anybody's mad at me for saying the truth, then I'm sorry.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, ladies and gentlemen, our next president. Sorry, JD Vance. Well, I mean, these people are saying it. I go to dinner parties.
Yeah, I heard you.
Well, by the way,
I heard you on Joe Rogan.
Yeesh. Our next president. Oof. Okay. Okay. Nah, I think I'll pass. I think I'll pass on that one. So this was earlier, Scott Jennings on this whole thing right here. Let's hear what Scott Jennings had to say.
I do think it started with that political engagement. When they sent her that poll, that's when you start to see everything change. She opposed the president on his Middle East policy, attacking the Houthi rebels, attacking Iran. She's opposed the president on deportations this summer. So she has sort of become a policy opponent of the president, but I think it really all started with that political engagement. And now, she's one of his most frequent critics on some of what I would argue has been his biggest successes this year. And, if you want to count yourself as an ally of the president of the United States, it's not great to go out and run out to The View and other places and crap on him 24 hours a day. I mean, that's essentially what she's become. It's a well-worn path. A lot of other Republicans who've turned on the president have done that too.
He's 100% right. He's 100% right. Yeah, I mean, like, Alex Jones is going in. Like, Alex Jones is all on her side. Alex Jones warns that President Trump's aggressive attacks against MTG and other original MAGA supporters has triggered a civil war within the movement that threatens to destabilize 47's agenda to save the republic. Let's hear what Alex has to say.
MTG months ago went in and saw the tens of thousands of emails and saw all these Democrat billionaires and all these people. And then she's not able to release it yet because they haven't voted to do it. And then she's pissed at Trump, and then she's released the text messages. Sir, you're not in it. What's your problem? She knows he's sold out. And then they turned around and screwed him. And boy, the total Trump supporters, when I do that, they're on me. Because I'm calling balls and strikes, dummies. She has morals. I'm giving.
Come on, Alex. Stop. She has morals. She has morals. Come on. Morals wouldn't be to go on CNN and apologize.
Trump a limited pass and that he's not involved. I get the Machiavellian thought. I don't agree with it. But they believe it'll crash the stock market. This comes out. Well, they did it anyways. And I predicted 6 months ago and 5 months ago and 4 months ago and 3 months ago and a month ago. I said, when they screw you, Trump, when you help them cover it up, and then they turn around and blame you with innuendo, you better then turn the DOJ loose, except the DOJ won't follow his orders. And that's why he went ahead and went past. Plus, the Democrats had the files forever. As he said, they took out all the stuff. Then you come out and you tell people in in-depth fireside chats as much as they need to hear it. Because I already know, dude. God, if Trump listened to me, but instead he listens to Susie Wiles and these other people that are there to set him up and embarrass him.
So this is the screenshots that Marjorie Taylor Greene dropped yesterday when she was starting to build her victim narrative around Trump, rescinding his endorsement of her. So that's what he's showing right there.
Get all their money and power and then destroy the MAGA movement while they act like loyalists and cue the whole thing up to make sure the Democrats win in 3 years. That's what all of this is, and we all know it.
Shout out to Can Man, who's handling the spammers right now. So I see you, Can Man.
All right, here is the absolute bottom line. There is out of control inflation. Trump inherited it. And he was involved with it in his first term.
I just want to put it out there. I fundamentally do not believe under any circumstance that there is a MAGA civil war at all. I believe that libertarians and fake MAGA people, predominantly people that supported DeSantis in the primaries, are now pushing this narrative of a MAGA civil war. I'm not saying there's not any Trump supporter that's unhappy. There's a few people that are probably unhappy, and that's fine. But this is not like a big civil war. It's just not. It's being blown way out of proportion. It's not happening.
But Biden and the policies were 5 times worse. So that's just facts. You can look it up. The inflationary behavior was just out of control. Same thing in all the other major nations of the world. It's been decided by the central banks that inflation's where they're going. And Trump knows that. His economists have told him that. So he goes, okay, innovation, rapid expansion, tax cuts for working people, get rid of taxes on poor people, all the right moves. He's going in, busting up the beef monopolies. I mean, it would take hours, all the good stuff he's doing. That's why this makes me sick to my stomach. Because very paradoxical. I'm looking at 90+%. It's all beautiful.
And I think that's why Trump is so frustrated, because you've got people like, he can't fix everything overnight. This is why I talk about the social media situation, where people get caught up and they just want results immediately. Are there things that Trump could be doing better? Yes, absolutely. Of course. But, you know, like, but you just said that like 90% of everything Trump has done has been great. Like, give him time. He hasn't even been in office a year. What do you expect from this dude?
And then he gets advice from people that are setting him up to go out and just say, no, Epstein's a hoax, forget about it, and my constituents care, F you. And, oh, let's have a 50-year mortgage, and, oh, MTG's bad, and, oh, blah, blah, blah. And, oh, there's, you know, I fixed inflation. No, you didn't. Notice when J.D. Vance gets up, he had a really good clip I saw Friday. I meant to play, we didn't play, but he went through the real stuff. Well, you know, eggs are down 60% and fuel's down 45%. He went through a big list. He said, but overall inflation's still a problem. We've slowed it some.
And I talked about this. When Trump recently in his speeches, you know, talked about food prices, and I was like, I don't really agree with Trump on that. I don't agree. I haven't really seen food prices dropping drastically. We did a poll in the chat. I think it was like 75% of people said in their area they have seen no. Not only is it not dropped, but it's kind of gone up. So, like, I agree that that's an issue for sure. By the way, Pre-Dawn Corpse, is this the new currency on Kick? What you just sent me, a rage quit for 500 kicks? Is that how that works? I don't know how many 500 kicks is. 500 kicks is probably like $1 or $5. I don't know. But Pre-Dawn Corpse, he's wanting a clip from me. So I'll give him his clip. I don't know how much 500 kicks is. 500 is $5. Okay. For $5 on Kick, RTU ate his daughter's eyes. He's fat. He's bald. He deleted his million sub channel. Sup, Jeremy. There's your clip. Thank you.
But it takes time to do this. Yeah. Talk to people about what's true. Don't say, oh, I fixed inflation. No, you didn't. Anybody that actually, even if you're on welfare, you know, inflation's bad. But anybody that's got a family and kids and bills, no, it's not good.
Well, I agree with that. I agree with what Alex is saying right here. Like that aspect is not good, but that doesn't mean like everything is just like, everything's falling apart and we got to freak out. What are you talking about, Alex?
And it just goes on and on. So yeah, I'm going to be critical of Trump.
Yeah, he's working on it. That's what I keep saying. Like, give the man time. This is not like the end of the world.
But it's not about who's a purist, you know, who will attack Trump the most. You've got to ask yourself, how do we get him back on the right course in the areas he's off? And how do we shut down this MAGA civil war that's kicked off?
There's no civil war, Alex. There's no civil war. There is not a civil war. I fundamentally disagree with him on this. And I think Alex is being too caught up in social media that he can't see beyond what's right in front of him. Or maybe he does. Maybe he's just pushing this for sensationalism or whatever. But there's no civil war. There is no civil war in MAGA.
Because I was in federal court when the Elon Musk stuff came out and they kicked him out of the White House. And I came out, shot a video driving back from Houston. And I said, you watch, this is going to kill Doge. It's going to kill Trump's approval rating. It's the highest level ever then. It's going to be seriously destructive. And literally 80% of the people on X said, you're a traitor. Musk is bad. Trump is a genius. He knows what he's doing. Screw him. And they're like, you should have picked Trump's side. I'm like, Are you 8 years old? We need Trump. Trump overall is doing a great job. Musk is wrecking it. Insiders, Susie Wells and others has come out now, want him out. I made all the calls. Everybody's scared to say it themselves, but I called the people. She got him out of there because the Republican establishment, and she works for the Democrats, and Todd Blanche, they want this to continue. They don't want real reform. They're the ones blocking all the prosecutions and indictments.
I feel like Alex has kind of been like, I don't know, man. He's kind of like falling into that meme of like, he needs things to be chaotic. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's what it feels like. He just needs the chaos. I mean, I hate even taking that take because so many people say that against me because of my entertainment side of stuff where they just, they think that we just push negativity to push it. And it's like, I mean, I've given up on watching a lot of the bad shit that's out there, but like I've talked consistently, like there's some really good entertainment out there. Pluribus, highly recommended. 3 episodes in, Vince Gilligan is crushing it. Tulsa King, Landman is back. That new Frankenstein movie. There's good shit out there. But like Alice, just it feels like I got to keep the chaos up because this is what I cover. Emu Otaku says, Jeremy, you just described yourself. That's why Tuesday night's main event is over 3 hours long now. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's Beardo's fault. You can't blame me for that. Happy House just gifted 5 Kick memberships. Let's get the Kick chat rolling, baby. Let's get some love going on over there. I'll be streaming the Kick. I like Kick a lot better than Rumble. That's for sure. It's a lot better. It's just a better platform. You kind of are to blame. Me? Listen, I'm a lot of things. And Grifter would be one of them. And main event, yeah. Anyway, I with Alex, I'm not going to keep watching this clip from Alex. It's just kind of nonsense where he's going with this. I just think it's ridiculous. So, it is what it is. I don't know if we're going to get the Epstein files released. I don't know if that's going to happen. I feel like there's going to still be a lot of things that pop up that I think are going to block this. That they say they want it. Here's Trump on the record saying release the whole thing. I'm fine. He says we have nothing to hide. And guess what? They're going to come up with something else. Emu Taco says, was Ice Baby a big deal when it came out? Yes. Like, I don't even know how to I don't know how to explain that. Like, between that and MC Hammer's Can't Touch This, like, holy shit, man. Like, it was everywhere. It was everywhere. Can't Touch This, and Ice Baby were the biggest songs in the world. Everybody was listening to them. Little Jim's Halo says you can't reason with leftists. They want you ended. Yeah, I mean they're we all know they're crazy as hell. Dark Wars Rising for 20 says he has to stir up drama just like MTG. I like him, but he's not a truth compass for me. Yeah, and that's the that's the sad thing of it. I've always been a supporter of Alex Jones, man, but when he's just out there like he's over dramatizing to the point where it's obvious, and it's like, come on, man. Ninja Rap, haha. Oh man, that was a huge song, for sure. With the Ninja Turtles, Secret of the Ooze. Zachary says, despite his terrible takes on culture, Matt Walsh is by far the best person on the Daily Wire. They lose him, it's over. I have grown to really respect Matt Walsh. I mean, I guess I've always respected Matt Walsh, but I mean, after mine and his, back and forth where we got into it on Twitter and then we talked in DMs, he gets it, man. He does. I mean, Matt likes to get people worked up, but he gets it. So I like Matt Walsh. I do like him. Just as long as he doesn't talk entertainment, specifically video games. Yes, Joseph, what you just said in the chat. Doug Dig, I'm sorry. Yo, JP, Sydney Sweeney, or prime Scarlett Johansson? Sydney Sweeney. It's close. But I'm going to take Sydney Sweeney over prime Scarlett Johansson. But prime Jessica Alba over Sydney Sweeney. Prime Jessica Alba over Sydney Sweeney. Jen Xer says Trump won't live forever. MTG is campaigning against Trump. So is Massey, Fuentes, Vance, and Tucker Carlson. Well, I mean, I don't know if Vance is campaigning against Vance. But yeah, it's clear that people are setting up for 2028. But JD Vance is in the driver's seat. So, Cosmic Cowboy says, also, I don't regret my vote. It's better than the alternative. I am still MAGA. So Curry says, I regret super chatting Jeremy. I see the light. Oh, don't do that. You can't regret that. Brian Silver says, MTG is just a groupie who got kicked off tour. Orleo says, here in New York, Dems keep prices artificially inflated. By the way, I saw that you said that you enjoy Cobra Cast's background noise while you're playing your 3DS. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Driver says, Beardo tickles his tipples. Hail, IDOT, and the 199. I had to think about that one before I said it. Phil says, do you eat loose corn? So I heard that Krista made up a new meme. I haven't heard the context to it. By the way, that's a badass picture. But I don't know the context. I don't know the full context to it. Disinfected Scientist says, this PT, no matter what's released, people won't be happy. Well, that is true in a lot of ways. Like, we're at a point, and this is just what people have to understand. We are at a point in time where people have, their own followings, their own communities they're part of. You are not going to have universal opinions on anything. It's just not going to happen. And I don't even mean, we've never had universal in anything, but 95% of people like The Empire Strikes Back. There's 5% of people that are retarded. 95% of people like The Dark Knight. 5% of people are retarded. We get that. Okay. There's always been a very small group of people, but now we're at a point now where everybody is so spread out with what they follow, what they're into, using their voices. Nothing is going to be universally liked. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So that's just a reality of it. So, Hero 190909 says, wannabe scammer tax. Vault 95 says, Jeremy scammed 199 out of me, still a win. Giggity says, I feel scammed. Brady says, House is voting on releasing the Epstein files on Tuesday. I can't wait to see how people vote. Would you be able to stream then? It depends on the time, because we do have Tuesday night's main event that day. So it really depends on the time. If it's something I can do after Tuesday night's main event, I can. I also, though, is that Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. I've got something I got to do Wednesday, but yeah, so it shouldn't interrupt me on Tuesday. But yeah, Tuesday night's main event's the only thing. Bebop Pretend says, you've gone too far now. Look at Scarlett Johansson in Match Point. Big dude. I think Scarlett Johansson's hot as hell. I think everybody agrees with that. Okay. But if you're saying I've gone too far for what? Saying Sydney over ScarJo or Jessica Alba? I'll take Jessica Alba over either one of them. So Jessica Alba over both. Carlos is scammed. Flag Ninja says scam in 199. Ben Johnson says Trump famously never used email. He knew it got people busted. That's why no Trump emails. That is true. That is very true. Southeastern Kaiju says, quite an imagination you've got there, Jeremy. Wow. In terms of what? Solo Felix says, after that drowning, Obama's hand was bandaged. Francis Hates says YouTube is gay. Hail the 199 IDOT for life. Leighton Hallman says it's mind-blowing how many people that worked for the Clintons and Obamas plus victims of Epstein that ended up self-deleted or suddenly died. It's pretty interesting, isn't it? Sure, it's just a coincidence though. A boy named Blue says, you know it's a good day when you leave church and a Cobra Cast begins. Even Jeremy looks a little less gayer today. Just a little thought. Still a lot, though. Just a little, though. Still a lot, though. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Vault 95 says, Bill at 2x speed sounds like a normal person. MAGA Mike says, it speaks volumes how much we need to stand our ground to defend the best president of our lifetime when he lived through Obama and then brain dead. And then when we lived through Obama and brain dead Joe. I mean, that's my stance on it, too. I mean, I've always, like, dude, look how far this is all come at this point in time. And people are worked up over things, and I get that. But ultimately, this thing is going to get wild. We're in a world now where I can't even keep up with what's real and what's not because of AI. That's been a huge thing. I saw this one video the other day. It was like a meme compilation or whatever. Like, okay. All right. I'll say this. Okay. The video I'm going to show you. Okay. I might laugh at some of the jokes. Okay. I might laugh at some of the jokes, but I am not responsible for the jokes or the things that are insinuated with these AI videos that I'm going to show you. Okay. I am not responsible. I'm just reacting. Okay. I'm just reacting. Okay. So this is crazy, dude. So this is all AI. And if you've ever been in a video game lobby, just think about the things that are said. Okay. Here we go.
Do you guys sell bonnets?
Yes, ma'am, but we don't accept food stamps.
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry, let me get someone that speaks your language.
What can I get for you, Jamal?
My name is Greg, and I would like a margarita, please.
Okay, Jamal, Kool-Aid coming right up.
You're 40 minutes late. The pizza's cold. Oh, you meow? You think that fixes it? This is ridiculous. Where's your manager?
We are in so much trouble. We are in so much trouble with AI, dude. Think about how advanced AI already is, and think about how much better it's going to be in a year from now, 3 years from now.
Hey, little guy, you like bikes too? Whoa, hey, what are you? Dude, it's riding it. Come back. That's a $4,000 bike. That cat just stole your ride, man.
Such a pretty girl and no boyfriend?
My boyfriend just went into surgery with you.
Exactly.
What brings you out to the match today?
My grandson's number 7, and I never miss when he's on the field, even if it's cold.
Honey, I ain't a snitch.
All right, bring it in.
All right, it was Tyrone, Jamal, and DeMarcus.
Crikey! What is this vegetable doing outside the garden? This is Professor Stephen Hawking, and I'm pulling him from out the river, right alongside a saltwater croc. He slipped off the edge, but we're keeping him safe and sound. The croc's only a few meters.
You know, back in my day, when someone said they needed more space, we invaded Poland.
Dad, that is so wrong.
What? It worked for a minute. Now I just invade the fridge.
Stick to the fridge, honey.
Dinner? You're under arrest for washing your hands. Disgusting.
Your Majesty, what do you think about Luke?
I think he's a loser.
What kind of pumpkin did you make?
My pumpkin is my girlfriend.
Oh, wow.
You're going to let me in? It is cold out here.
Doc, I got a problem. I fart, but they don't smell.
Let's see, rip one. Yep, you need surgery.
On my ass?
On your nose, you bastard.
Praying for a smooth flight?
No. Bumpy.
Just got back from 3 years in the Middle East. Can't wait to surprise my wife.
That freak off was crazy. She's all yours, little bro.
Yo, who the fuck are you? No, please. Take everything you want, but please, don't spray us with the deodorant. Good. Now it's more flavorful.
Look at this, brother. He's pressing the patty with his foot.
What now? See, flat part.
This is crazy. Everyone's watching.
Flip once, cheese
Done.
on top.
Now he's building the burger. Tomato.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Yes, I am Jake Paul. Yes, I am a Muslim now. Check my bio. Jazakallah khair.
Where is the fucking chest? I hear it!
Shut the fuck up, Devon. It's just your tinnitus.
We are so screwed. So AI generally, and you see the trends here. So the majority of the AI that people are doing is a bunch of racist jokes because of course it is. Because of course it is. That is exactly what the majority of them will be.
I ain't scared of nothing, homeboy. I'm a job application. Whoa.
They're not hard to tell. I mean, look, I agree. Like, I could tell almost every one of these are AI. That's not really the problem. That's not the point. The point is that in a few years, we probably are going to get to a point where we can't tell. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, every single thing here we've seen, you could almost think all of it is AI. None of it's really going to fool you, but they're getting close, man. They're getting very, very close.
I'm too young to shower.
Pee pee poo poo. Poo poo pee pee.
Ready? Go.
Oh my! Oh my goodness! This is incredible.
I wonder what our kids gonna look like.
Bitch, your kids are gonna be wondering what I look like.
Burn the witch! Burn the witch! Burn the witch!
I know a spell to summon cute furry femboys.
Release the witch! Release the witch!
Welcome to the world, little one. Do you have any message?
Make America great again.
Hey, can you just wear something nice? It's the first time you're meeting my parents.
Yeah, I got it. Too much?
Excuse me, I need to sit.
Not my fault you let a broke motherfucker hit.
Oh my God, he's flying! Look at him! Woo, get stubby! Sir, you're on a wheelchair. We're on the freeway. Faster than half these cars!
I have invented the first eco-friendly car, which runs only on chicken tikka masala. Also, it is delicious.
It smells like doo-doo in here.
Okay, this is the one video that I don't think is AI. So this is the one. I know like everything else has been AI, which has been obvious. This is the one. I don't think this is AI. I'm pretty sure this is the only one that's real.
I know you're out there.
Oh no. Oh no.
Man, why you do that to the chicken?
Hi, I'm going door to door selling 67 mangoes with mustard. Would you like any? Whoa, wind's kicking up. Hold on. Ow.
Just letting this gray roll upward, letting it drift like a whisper into the sky. Smoke has a way of softening edges even in the darkest moments. Down here we got a touch of fire, a little glow of orange and red.
Hey, Ice, you want me? Come get me, pendejos. I'm up here chilling like a villain. Y'all ain't even got no rocket.
May I have a water, please? May I have a water, please?
Why can't Mexicans play Uno?
I don't know.
They always steal the green cards.
Dad, I just got my first BJ.
Congrats, how was it?
Honestly, I didn't love the taste.
Whatever. Being this size runs in my family, and so does having to deal with stuck-up bitches like you. That's weird. According to my calculations, nobody runs in your family, bitch. Can you get me a water?
Can you get off the plane?
What?
Hello, my body cam is recording this interaction, and I can see your forehead is doing the same.
Why do you tease me like that?
I wasn't teasing you. I was wetting my finger to turn the page.
Can I have mac and cheese, please?
Sir, this is a Japanese restaurant.
Oh, can I have it a mac and a cheese, Paris?
These frosted foreskins are incredible. Not now, Abraham. I have to count my money. I'll have a boiling glass of water.
I thought you vampires only drank blood.
I'm having tea.
I'm pregnant, Tashawn.
Gotta get milk.
Bro. Holy shit.
I'm having tea.
I'm pregnant, Tashawn.
Gotta get milk.
For ethnicity, are you 7-Eleven or 9/11?
It's like an Xbox Live lobby, bro. That's what it is. Like, this is, I'm just gonna be honest, like, this is how friends talk to each other. This is 100% how friends talk to each other. Like, absolutely.
But why do they put cotton in medicine bottles?
Oh no.
Why? Check. To remind black people that they were cotton pickers before they were drug dealers.
Yeah.
What is your favorite hobby?
That's a tough question. I'm between poop on the streets or scam Western on the phone, my friend.
Can I go out with the boys tonight?
Ask my open hand.
This is what leadership looks like.
I need you to work this Saturday.
No problem. I might be late, though. The transports are slow on weekends.
What time will you get here?
Monday.
Oh man, we're screwed. We're screwed with AI. It's over. I am really concerned about the future, and I'm not saying that to be like sarcastic or anything, but I really am. And I know a lot of people keep dismissing AI as, oh, it's nothing. You can see right through it, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm telling you, man, it's not about today or tomorrow. It's about what's going to happen in 3 to 5 years to even, then you think beyond that, it's fucking scary, dude. Like, have you guys heard that there's the #1 song on the country music digital charts is an AI country song? Have you heard about this? The #1 song. Now, I think that there's justification for it within country because country music sucks. Now, I was a huge country music fan back in the day. But country music is really, really bad now, and it has been for a long time. If you want to know what happened to country music, listen to George Strait and Alan Jackson, Murder on Music Row. That tells you what has happened to country music. I think Matt Walsh made a video on it. Let me see if I can find Matt Walsh's. Talking about this AI country music song. It's crazy. Here it is right here.
Top of the U.S. charts for the first time this week. Walk My Walk by Breaking Rust, an artist with no identity, but widely reported by U.S. media to be powered by generative AI technology. Made it to the top spot on Billboard magazine's chart ranking digital sales of country songs, according to data published on Monday. AI-generated songs are creeping onto the music charts in various scenes, and country music is no exception. Allegedly, this is like a hit song now. And we've heard this story before, by the way, about AI songs that, they're big hit songs. They're topping the charts. And a lot of times that has turned out to be not exactly true. In this case, I think it is. But before we talk about that, let's play, just so you know what we're talking about. And I know you're curious, as I was. So here is this AI song. Listen to it.
Been beat down, but I don't stay low. Got mud on my jeans, still ready to go. Every scar's a story that I survived. I've been through hell, but I'm still alive.
It honestly doesn't sound bad. It sounds really good, actually.
They said, slow down, boy, don't go too fast. But I ain't never been one to live in the past. I keep moving forward, never looking back, with a worn-out hat and a 6-string Strat. You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't changing my tone, ain't changing my song. I was born this way, been like...
So that's the song. It sounds real in that it does sound like a human singing. That's the scary part. If I heard that, I mean, it sounds like.
Well, I mean, yes and no, but you can hear that it's still AI if you know. Now, you can look at it like what's his fucking name back in the day? He used to do that with his voice. T-Pain used to do that with his voice, that modulator or whatever. But I think any like actual country music fan would be able to hear that that's not real, but it's close enough. It's close enough. Auto-tune, yeah, the auto-tune, yeah. But like I heard this the other day, okay? This is crazy to me. This is absolutely crazy. This is an 80s AI soft rock cover of Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way. This is AI. Listen to this shit right here. This is crazy. This is insane.
You are
what?
My
fire, the one desire, believe when I say I want it that way. But we are two worlds apart.
Bro, you get that 80s vibe in there? That is crazy. And they're doing it with everything. They're doing it with they're doing it with 50s songs. Like I saw one, let me see if I could find it really quickly. Take On Me, which is one of the most iconic songs. Right here. Check this shit out, okay? Check this shit out. You all know the Take On Me song.
We're talking away. I don't know what I'm to say, I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you shying away. I'll be coming for your love, okay? Take on me. Take on me. Take me.
We are screwed. That's the point I'm trying to make. That we are in big, big trouble with where we are. And we are so early on in this AI craze. And here's the bigger problem with all of it is current music is so fucking bad, people are turning to AI. That's truly what it comes down to. Current music is so shitty that people are turning. Look at this shit. All right. Somebody did a country version of Eminem. Lose Yourself. Country music, country version of Eminem.
Look, if you had one shot, one open door to seize everything you dreamed of, ever wanted one more, would you capture it or would you let it slide? Yo. His palms are sweaty, knees feel weak, arms feel heavy. The stains on his sweater already. Mama spaghetti, he's nervous, but outside he seems calm and steady, ready to drop bombs. But he keeps forgetting already what he wrote down. The crowd so loud, erupting now. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking now, everybody's joking now. The clock's run out, time's up over blow. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes gravity. Choke, can't grab it. See, he's so mad, but he won't give up that easy. No, he won't have it. He knows his whole back's to these ropes. It don't matter, he's dope, he knows that, but he's broke. He's so stagnant that he knows when he goes back to his mobile home, that's when it's back to the lab again. Yo, this whole rap thing, he better go past. So let's lose yourself inside the music. The moment you own it, you better let it go. Oh, you only get one shot. No.
It's not bad. That's the problem. It's not bad.
Don't miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime, yo. Lose yourself inside the music. The moment you own it, you better let it go. Oh, you only get one shot. Don't miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime, yo. The soul's escaping through this hole that's gaping. This world is mine for the taking. Make me king as we move toward a new world order. A normal life is boring, but superstardom's post-mortem. It only...
Somebody say you're tired of the AI bullshit. Listen, I'm not telling you that, you know, that I'm happy about it. It is here to stay, and it is not going anywhere. And again, I bring up, when I heard about the country music situation with it being tops on the chart, I thought to myself, like, as a country music fan from back in the day, I can't name a country music singer that's relevant in today's country music. I don't know any of them. I know none of them. You know, I mean, I'm a you know, fan of, you know, George Strait, you know, Garth Brooks, you know, Clint Black, you know, Kenny Chesney. You want to go back to Hank Williams Jr., Merle Haggard. But like, I don't know any of these people. I got Morgan Wallen. Okay, that's one I know. I do know Morgan Wallen, but that's about it. It's about the only one. Well, Chris Stapleton's not classified as country. Chris Stapleton can literally sing anything. Chris Stapleton transcends a genre of music. Chris Stapleton is unfucking believable. Johnny Cash, one of the GOATs, absolutely. I mean, Johnny Cash transcends kind of country music at that point too. He just is. Jelly Roll is classified country, isn't he? Is he? I don't know if Jelly Roll is classified as country. Brooks and Dunn were amazing. Yes, I agree. But yeah, like generally speaking, like I said, the music is so bad these days that people are going to find. That's why you've seen a lot of people move to the retro market in video games or things like that, because people are so dissatisfied with everything that we have today. So they're turning to other places. There's no identity with where we are right now. Like if you look at the 70s, there was an identity. You look at the 80s, there was an identity. The 90s, there was an identity. 2000s, there was an identity. What's the identity of today's world? There is none. There's literally none. And that's a huge problem. Like in a couple of decades from now, what is our identity of the current decade we're in? And there is none. BLM, pretty much. Being gay, yeah, pretty much it. H1B Indians. It's decentralized, correct. Which again is not inherently a problem, which decentralization is probably, it's better because more people have voices. But as a culture, there is nothing that brings us together. Everything is so decentralized. But the mainstream does continue to push their bullshit. Let's see where we're at. Ministry of Rome thinks says Tyrone Magnus did a reaction to an article claiming that the Saudis are going to buy WB and revamp the Snyderverse. I hope the story is fake, but damn, I hope it goes viral. I watched Tyrone Magnus's video on it. I have no idea if it's legit or not. I have no idea, but I did watch his video on it. Dougie B! The Lions lost to the Eagles and the Chicago Bears are in first place in the NFC North. Let's effing go. You know what, Doug? Earlier, I was watching the Bears game. And when they won, when they kicked that field goal, I was like, all right, you know what? Doug and Ryan are happy. They are happy. So, good stuff. Hang on, I'm trying to remember. Did they kick a field? There were so many games. I was watching Red Zone. There was like 4 games that were ending. I think, was it the Bears that kicked the field goal in the end? Is that what it was? Because there was 4 different games that were ending. The Panthers game, the Texans game, and the Bears game, they were all ending simultaneously. So I think the Bears had to kick a field goal right then in the end, I believe. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I was thinking about you and Ryan. And here's the thing, man. Ryan being happy is a weird thing. The Bears being in first place because they needed the Lions to lose tonight. And then, so Ryan is happy. It makes me uncomfortable too, Marc-Andre Roy. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Brittany for 20 says that we have to be like Peter in the boat and keep our eyes on Jesus. We have nothing to fear because we know the truth. Well said. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're happy I went live tonight. Erratic Bear for 20 says, check out the AI Tenacious D Tribute 60s Soul. I'll put it on. I've gone down the AI music rabbit hole and it is wild. So like I saw like some stuff, like some Michael Jackson stuff from the 50s and all of that. And I was like, wow. With that said, you will never be able to replace the greatness, the true passion of a real artist. You just won't, you know? And so that's just something that has to be noted. L Wings Secret Garden says, if you want to be blown away by AI, you should listen to Baby Shark 50s soul version. So again, this shows how out of touch with everything. So if I'm not mistaken, let me look this up. Isn't the Baby Shark song like the most viewed YouTube video ever made or something like that? Am I right about that? Baby Shark song has Good Lord. The Baby Shark song has 16 billion views. Not million, B with a billion. Okay? Now, we were playing Mario Kart 8 at the time, and the girls kept singing Baby Park, but they were doing Baby Park and did the doo-doo. And I thought the girls just made up a really cool jingle for Baby Park, the Mario Kart track. I was like, all these, the girls have made up a really good song. This is cool. I had no idea what Baby Shark was. I'd never heard it. So I'm thinking like, man, these girls have got some really good, this is a really good jingle that they've come up with, man. They're really good with this. Come to find out that the Baby Shark song is what they were parroting. I was like, what? Never heard this before. I will check it out, though. John Wayne for 20 says, I'm ashamed to admit this, but I already have a huge playlist of AI music, and they're all bangers. Humanity is fucked. I agree. I'm right there with you, brother. I'm right there with you. Oh, man, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. I can't even deny it. Slain Hope says, Baby Shark was pushed by the YouTube algorithm in music. I'm looking at it now. I just looked it up. It has 6 billion views. Look at that. 16 billion views. It has 46 million upvotes to 21 million downvotes. Is this the people that did the, are they the people that did the, is that the ones that PewDiePie did the diss track on? Is that right? Coco Melon. What up, Link Okanobi? Is that the ones that, so Coco Melon did the Baby Shark song. Am I correct about that? I don't know. I have no idea about this shit. So, Coco Melon, yes. Is that true? Maybe I'm right. I don't know. Anyway, Ministry of Wrong Thing says she's dumb as fuck, but the pic of the young girl sitting in Trump's lap was literally Ivana, his own daughter, Ivanka, his own daughter. Wizard Man says Dinosaur and Titan AE are best animated movies. I agree. I love both of them. The diss track was for T-Series. Okay, no. So no, he did a T-Series diss track, but he did another one that YouTube took down the video. It's called Coco. YouTube banned the video after like a day. I don't know if you can find it on Rumble or something like that. It's phenomenal, but I can't play it here. But yeah, so he made a hit diss track on Coco Melon. YouTube took it down and gave him a community guideline strike for, I don't remember what it was, something like inciting violence or something like that. He was pretty pissed off about it. MAGA Crack a Mic for 5 says, fact is, Trump strategically just won what could have been the worst week of his presidency late Sunday evening. This is why I support him as a leader. Well said, brother. Your Army says, kick going the Dan Vask money route. Minister of All Things says, don't even like her, but Trump versus MTG is a work. I mean, I would be okay with that. That would be perfect, but I don't know. Darren says, I'm with Alex. It's okay to question our side, right? Yes. I mean, again, I don't know if you actually have never seen your name in a chat, but like you clearly haven't watched me. Like, I question Trump a lot. And I don't do it in a hysterical way because, I mean, it's just natural to disagree with people. But yeah, I don't know where that's coming from. MAGA Mike says, have a great night, MAGA. I'm off to end people's dreams and Arc Raiders with the boys. By the way, Matt Walsh is the only thing keeping Daily Wire afloat. MAGA, hell you, brother. Have a good one. I hope you have fun, man. Hope you have fun. 1992 Space Movie for 20 says, was going to chat this earlier, but I was trucking. I do think there's a civil war happening in MAGA, but not the one that people are currently talking about. It's between Gen Z and boomers caused by Trump's comments on H-1B. Potentially. I mean, that definitely was not a good answer. I think there's context to it to justify where Trump's coming from. But as we've said many times, Trump doesn't Trump doesn't often have to give full context to his supporters because they generally agree with him. But when there's something that they disagree with him on, he doesn't give a lot of context to his answers. And there's a lot of room for people to speculate. And so if JD Vance was to give that answer, I think it would be a lot more details involved in why he said it and what the meaning of it was. But with Trump, he just kind of leaves a lot of the context out and people are going to speculate. Polish Prince says Laura Loomer was right about Marjorie Trader Green. I will take MGD over MTG. Also, Landman Season 2, Episode 1 was awesome. Well worth the wait. Yes, it was. I love the show, man. I love the show. I love the setting. I'm a big Taylor Sheridan fan. I didn't think that Yellowstone ended particularly well. I thought it was pretty crappy, actually, the ending of Yellowstone. It's not even worth watching, to be honest, sadly. But I do like most of Taylor Sheridan's work. Mr. Bentham says, my 2-year-old turned to me and said she regrets voting for Trump. She then yelled, freedom. We then cried together while we watched Kamala speeches. Gaming stream tonight? Not tonight. Not tonight. Narco says ScarJo, Alba, and Sweeney at the same time, man. Little Office Space reference there. Carnal says that red dress Scarlett Johansson greater than red dress Sydney Sweeney. Compare the photos and tell me I'm wrong. That might be a Tuesday Night's Main Event deal right there. We may have to do that on Tuesday Night's Main Event. Flag Ninja says, was Kate Beckinsale hotter in Underworld or Pearl Harbor? You can only choose one. I'm probably going to go with Underworld. Probably. I think I'm going to pick Underworld on that one. Can't go wrong with either. Cosmic Cowboy says, hot take, Jessica Alba is not attractive to me, but Scarlett Johansson definitely is. You saved yourself from a meme. I don't know how you can't find Jessica Alba attractive. Like, if you say ScarJo's better, I'm not going to argue with you. But to say like she's just not attractive, that's crazy talk, dude. That's crazy talk. Skio says, what about Selma Hayek over all those other women? Roll Tide, roll. Yeah, I mean, Selma Hayek is pretty, universally accepted as, perfect 10, but I think I'm taking prime Jessica Alba still. I think it's close. Darth Manic says, hey Jeremy, you left your shoes and wallet at my place last night. You can come get it when you're off work. Talk to you later, man. Sweet. What? You sent me a $5 super chat to read that out loud so I can get trolled? You fucking kidding me? You want pictures of prime Jessica Alba? I mean, I'll be happy to do that. Let's see here. There's a great moment in this movie that I think you guys. Hang on. So there's this really, and this is about focusing on the cinematography. I think like. I like to focus on cinematography. This is the movie Into the Blue with Jessica Alba. And there's just really good camera shots. I think the camera shots in this movie are very good. Really good camera work right there in this movie. I got to say, like, the angles that they're going for, it's just really well shot. It's really well shot. I think there's a lot of good focus there. A lot of good focus. A lot of good focus. A lot of good focus. Okay. Anyway, there you have it. So for those that were wondering about Jessica Alba, very vibrant scenery. Let me see. BC Man says, once again, this all started because of a super chat. Typically like how all this shit happens around here. Oscar winning. Flag Ninja says, Jeremy, can you share a link to that AI video compilation? Yes. I gotta find it though. Give me a minute. Let me see if I can find it. I gotta go to my watch history. There's Jessica Alba. While I look for it, I think that'll keep everybody happy, or at least except for that one guy who said she's not hot. Watch history. Gotta find it now. Okay, share, copy. All right, there we go. That it? That should be it. Too photoshopped. I mean, it is a movie poster. So I mean, if you want to see her not photoshopped, just want a regular picture of her. Good Lord. I'm doing some research right now. So this is tough. Tough research. Is this a random picture of her on a beach? It's not photoshopped, so people there. All right, there. Random picture of her on the beach. There you have it. Okay? Prime Jessica Alba. I respect her. I've respected her a few times. Psychmonger says, thank you for scamming me for the last 33 months. Let's freaking go. Stone Farmer says, double hernia surgery recovery tax. Holy shit, man. Sorry to hear that. Pre-Dawn Corp says, check DMs on Twitter. Okay. Mighty Meme says, can we get Epic Mike on the Iron Man one, please? Cosmic Cowboy says, you scared me there, Jeremy, saying that country music sucks. However, I do agree with you that modern country is worse. Yes, I did say country music sucks, but I totally didn't mean country music in general because I love country music. I hate current country music. It is awful. But yeah, I like country music from the 80s and the 90s. Super Netanyahu says, if you want to see a glimpse of what AI can really do, check your DMs for the Nike thing a producer made. Noted, I will. Litton says 199, hail George Strait, king of country music. Slain Hope says, I can tell this AI voice has no soul behind it. This is more of a self-report on your taste in music. But with the AI stuff, I listen to everything. So there's no type of music that I'm not into. I like all type of freaking music. Doesn't matter what it is, except for today's bullshit. Arc Raiders, don't sleep on it. Great for streaming. I went through it. I played it a little bit, and I gotta say, I'm really interested to play Arc Raiders with the boys. It seems like a lot of fun. The mechanics are good. The environment is incredible. I really do want to play Arc Raiders with the guys on stream. So we may have to set something up this Wednesday. It's really fun though. JW says, who's the most forgettable Backstreet Boy member? The one whose name you can't always remember. I don't really remember the Backstreet Boys names except for the Nick Carter, because his little brother was also a pop singer, and he die? The younger brother, Aaron, right? Now I do know the NSYNC names, but I don't know the Backstreet Boys names. But I think didn't Aaron Carter die? Am I right about that? Yeah, he was like all like in some drugs and shit, man. It was crazy. It's awful. Sith Lord Darth Bonk says, I hope this is going to be the year that Jeremy accepts Die Hard as a Christmas movie. Well, funny you bring that up, because we are currently selling our Unit 199 Cultural Task Force shirt. And if we sell 400 of that shirt, I will have to anoint Die Hard a Christmas movie, which it is not, by the way. But if we sell 400 of that shirt, by the way, I don't think we're going to sell 400. So I don't have numbers on me, Daniel, but I don't think we're going to sell 400. So, but also we have this shirt by itself, or you can buy, and if you buy the bundle, then it all applies. So that goes as a sale. But yeah, so that's the only way you can get me to admit Die Hard is a Christmas movie, for the grift. Ministry of Wrong Thing says that even if and you got till November 25th before those, and then we're shipping those out like immediately. Ministry of Wrong Thing says, even if everyone you know hates AI, our generation will die off eventually. All that matters, like everything, is that next generation likes it. It's true. It will dominate. It will, and it's really scary. Like, again, so there's this show that's airing right now called Pluribus. and it is from the creator of Breaking Bad, Vince Gilligan. And it's 3 episodes in, and it is fascinating. And I wonder if I don't know if it's some type of social commentary on AI. I don't know. I feel like that's the direction it's going in. It's really good, though, so far. 3 episodes in, I'm fascinated. I don't know where they're going to take it, but it's opening up so many questions. And are they going to be able to sustain this level of interesting storytelling and fascination through the whole season? Don't know, but it really is. It's really good. So we'll have to see where it goes. Slain Hope says that Queens of the Stone Age is S-tier current band. Bedlam says, long time no hangout, Commander and Snake Pit. I'm living in, was that Oman for work 1 year. Hope Trump can bring peace to the Middle East. Yojo, I'm glad you're here with us, man. Glad you're here with us. Thanks for showing up and hanging out for a bit. Arcadian Rogue says, my brother-in-law just won a Josie for Best Indie Country Artist of the Year. Proud of his work. Really? That's awesome. We need better country music stars. That's really what it is. So, Ministry for All Things says, a chick got a $3 million music deal for her Suno AI songs. Are you kidding me? Slain Hope says, Baby Shark was pushed by the YouTube algorithm. Oh, yeah, I got that one. Force Geek says, how you remind me 70s soul version better than OG. Really? All right. US Jades says A+ cinematographer into the blue. Jades tax. Flag Ninja says Kate Beckinsale in leather and underworld speaks to me, but so does her 1940s nurse aesthetic in Pearl Harbor. Can't decide which one I like. Zwani for 20 says buy your damn t-shirt. Make Jeremy say it. It's the only way you can do it. 400 of them. We'll see what happens. We'll see. I don't think we'll hit 400. But there's a reason I threw the number out there. Because if we do, it's good for, it's good for us. But if we don't, then I don't have to say it. Slain Hope says Jeremy has bad baby on his playlist confirmed. Bad baby? What is bad baby? Commodore fan says 80s to maybe late 2000s was the best country music, with a few exceptions with more recent stuff like Darius Rucker. Darius Rucker is great. And Toby Keith. The late, great Toby Keith. Kyle says, what will you do when Half-Life 3 gets announced this week? I've heard the rumors, and honestly, man, with the Steam console and all of that, like, it makes sense that Half-Life 3. Bad Bunny, is that what it was? I don't know. I don't have the super chat in front of me. What did you say? Let me go back. Bad Baby is what you said. I don't know who Bad Baby is. Chris Stapleton is amazing. Yes, Chris Stapleton is like, you just can't. That dude is just so talented. It's not even funny. But yeah, Half-Life 3, we'll see. We'll see if it happens. GM says, do you prefer your dolls pre or post op? I like pre. That's kind of the point. Love your streams. Watch every day. Thank you. Speaking of Chris Stapleton, if you've never seen it, I would highly recommend everybody watch Chris Stapleton and Justin Timberlake at the Country Music Awards in 2015. It's one of the greatest live performances you will ever see. All right. Hands down, one of the greatest live performances ever. Watch it if you haven't. It is phenomenal. It's unbelievable. Stapleton needs to do the halftime show 1000%. Slain Ho says, I meant Bad Money. Damn it. I'll pay the dummy tax. Yeah, Bad Bunny. That's somebody I wouldn't even know who he was. So Trump's on a tweeting spree on Truth. Okay, let's see what he's saying. Slain Hope with a gifted membership. Thank you, Slain Hope. Am I signed into Truth Social? Let me see. Truth Social. God, I still got these Jessica Alba pictures pulled up. How am I supposed to work with Jessica Alba pictures right there? All right, Truth Social. All right, I do have it. Okay, so Trump on Truth Social. He's retweeting people. What is this?
Staff said, do your Privacy Act review and get out these documents. Well, they didn't do the Privacy Act review. They did the Mar-a-Lago raid. That was the whole point of the Mar-a-Lago raid, was to get back Crossfire Hurricane. And that's what led to the 3 years of the lawfare against President Trump after he left office. 4 indictments for non-crimes. January 6th was part of that, where these Democrats and even some Republicans were trying to use January 6th to try to get rid of MAGA more broadly.
Yeah, Trump's on. So he's kind of going off right now. He's retweeting rapid response. So these are from earlier. Oh, here's 3 minutes ago. Okay, here's 3 minutes ago. Trump's going off right now. 7 minutes ago. 7 minutes ago. What is this? I think I've heard this. Hang on.
99% of the shit that the bullshit propaganda media said about the president is bullshit. But the one thing they got right was that 3 a.m. tweet shit. He texted me at 2:30 in the morning. I'm in bed asleep with my wife. My phone, ding, ding, ding. I'm like, oh, I woke up and I was like, hey, yo, Tyrus, it's the president. I just filled California up with water. Governor's pissed. Look at these pictures. Post them tomorrow. LOL. I text him right back. You cold-blooded, Mr. P. Cold-blooded. I bet he was, man. You filled up all the reservoirs? All of them. Hashtag fuck that little fish.
And Trump just posted this on True Social, by the way.
Not making this shit up. I'm not. And I'm sitting there like I'm texting with the president. Whole side of my face got hot. I turned to look. My wife was like, who in the fuck are you texting at 2:30 in the morning? President. Tell the bitch she can have you. So it's the president. Give me that. Tell him it's 2:30 in the morning and tell him to text you tomorrow. What? Would you like me to do it? No. Hey, Mr. P, my wife says it's late and that I got to hit you tomorrow. Text me back right away. Okay, cool. Hashtag pussy whip. That's our president.
The GOAT, President Trump, the absolute GOAT, undefeated. Oh man, let's see where we're at here. So yeah, he's on a tweeting storm right now. So, yeah, he's on fire right now. So we'll see what else he says. I'll keep an eye on it. He's definitely on fire. Dorothy says, have you ever seen the YouTube documentary Trump, The Art of the Insult? Is it just sheer bliss? And why does YouTube keep changing my name? Well, I don't know why they're doing that handle thing where it's like the @ handle and then your overall name. I don't know what they're going to land on ultimately. I have seen The Art of the Insult. I haven't seen it in a long time. We may actually react to that on a stream one of these days, but I have seen it. Anthony Gaming says Florida Georgia line. I don't really know much about them. I haven't really listened to them. Shockingly enough, I just haven't. The Shadow Master says, personally, Jeremy, I disagree, but because would you rather You almost got me. Almost. Ali says FMK, Kamala Harris, Cynthia Erivo, Rosie O'Donnell. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Why would you do this? Why? There was a meme of Kamala Harris that I don't know if I can show. I feel like YouTube's going to hit me for it. All right, I'll show it quickly. I'm not going to, because there's nothing wrong with it, but I feel like YouTube will hit me if I leave it up long. There's nothing to it, but the AI probably will see this. And so I need everybody to be on alert. All right, here in just a minute, I'm going to show it. I got to find, yes, the roasted chicken one. Oh, I'm looking at it right now. It's so bad. It's so bad. AI might not like it. I know. That's why I'm just going to show it really quickly. Three, 2, 1, boom. There it is. Okay, there it is. All right. That's it. That's all you get. That's all you get. Oh, man. All right. I had to. So. The MAGA memers have been on it. And then someone followed it up with this one. Honestly, I haven't seen this whole thing, so I'm not sure I should watch this. Oh no. I gotta stop. Oh, I gotta stop. Good Lord. We're done. This is your fault for bringing this terrible super chat up, by the way. This is your fault. Your fault. What did I do to deserve this, Jeremy? You watched me. What is a turnaround? We may have to watch a turnaround. Get that visual out of our. Jeremy, you are a sick fuck. Yes. I mean, I'm not going to deny that at all. What is this? Hey, I'm seeing if there's any more updates really quickly, because I haven't been on Twitter in a few minutes. So whenever you're not on Twitter for a few minutes, it's pretty bad. So I'm trying to see if there's any updates. By the way, really quickly, and I don't know if we have any updates on this, but I need to show everybody this really quickly. I saw this one, and so our good buddy, I don't know if you guys know Nate the lawyer, but Nate the lawyer, the latest update was that he went in for it was an emergency brain surgery. Nate the lawyer, emergency brain surgery. That was happening today. His tweet went so viral. He got 438,000 likes on this tweet. And we haven't heard anything. I haven't heard any updates. There he is with Uncivil Law 9 hours ago. And I haven't seen anything beyond that. So no updates. We've had Nate on Tuesday Night's Main Event a long time ago. So yeah, I just saw this. I saw this well after the fact. So I hope everything's okay with him. But I wanted to send prayers out to him. But I haven't heard anything, any updates or anything like that. So, prayers up for Nate the lawyer, though. Prayers up for sure. Minister of Something says Asman had a theory that Trump isn't in the files, but was against the release because him and Bubba. Now that's now that it's got nothing to lose. No, well, let's talk about that story. I had a video talking about that. It was like a Times of India video or some shit like that. Was talking about this. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. That one. Okay. So I don't know how many of you have heard about this, but there's this crazy story with Trump being linked to someone named Bubba in the Epstein files. This is a crazy story. It's so stupid. But here we go.
Phrase from the newly released Epstein estate emails has sent Washington into a meltdown. Photos of Trump blowing Bubba. Who is Bubba? What did that mean? And just as you thought that was enough of a tangle, comes the bombshell.
Now, what I would say is that, to me, it shows the level of derangement that the Democrats are at now. The level of derangement now is that we have now decided that we can't get Trump on anything, and they're pulling the ultimate card. We're pulling the ultimate card that now Trump is gay. That's what they're at a place now where they finally have gotten to a point where they're going, Donald Trump is gay. This is the only thing that they have left. Trump is gay.
Epstein's brother Mark suggests that Vladimir Putin, yes, the Russian president, may have these photos of Trump blowing Bubba. Who is Bubba? What are these so-called photos? And why is Putin suddenly in the middle of an Epstein-Trump-Ghislaine trial?
So now we're at a point where Vladimir Putin has the pictures of Trump blowing this person named Bubba, and he's holding it over Trump for, collateral. What? This is where the Democrats are. Why is it an AI voiceover? I don't know. This is Times of India right here. Times of India. So 12 hours ago. So it just showed up on my feed. It's a good breakdown, even though it's a shitty AI voice.
Triangle. On the 12th of November, 2025, lawmakers released more than 20,000 pages of correspondence linked to Epstein. In one email from March 2018, written by Epstein's brother Mark Epstein to Jeffrey, these phrases pop out. Ask your boy Donnie. You and your boy Donnie can make a remake of the movie Get Hard. Ask Steve Bannon if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. That line, Trump blowing Bubba, exploded on social media.
This is so stupid, dude. What's interesting is that when all else fails, gay insults are where Democrats ultimately circle back to. It's interesting. It's interesting. The party that claims that, everybody's gay and being gay is great and all of that, those same people, when they get so desperate, gay becomes an insult to them.
Bubba is a common nickname for former President Bill Clinton, but Mark Epstein reportedly told Newsweek it was not Clinton. Mark Epstein did not provide any additional details about the identity of Bubba or the meaning of the emails. Bottom line, it's all ambiguous, potentially explosive, and in a stunning comeback, Bill Clinton has denied any wrongdoing. In a short statement on X, Clinton's spokesperson said, "These emails prove Bill Clinton did nothing and knew nothing. The rest is noise meant to distract from election losses, backfiring shutdowns, and who knows what else." At the same time, another email from Epstein to journalist Michael Wolff in 2019 states, "Of course he knew about the girls," as he asked Ghislaine to stop. The White House responded sharply. When asked about the girls, Trump said, "I know nothing about that. They would have announced that a long time ago."
Mr. President, what did Jeffrey Epstein feed his emails? But he said
So I heard this clip right here, and I don't know. I don't know if this is an AI dub right here. I couldn't tell if this is an AI dub. Obviously, we know that the voice on this is AI. This is a story that's out there, so this is not just. This isn't the source of the story. I saw Asmongold talking about this or whatever. This clip right here, though, of Trump talking, it feels doctored, and it feels very, very doctored.
you knew about the girls.
I know nothing about that. They would have been out a long time ago. It's really what it.
Now you hear it. I just wanted to set it up like it was kind of like on the fence. Listen to this shit.
When he spent all the time in Bill Clinton with the president of Harvard, you know, that is Summers, Larry Summers, whatever his name is, and all of the other people.
But I think that he probably did say this, but I think that they dubbed over it for some reason. But because this was, I'm pretty sure he addressed this with the press the other day.
Spent time with Jeffrey Epstein, and I had a very bad relationship for many years. But he also saw Skype because I was president, so he dictated a couple of memos to himself. You got to find out what did he know with respect to Bill Clinton, with respect to the head of Harvard, with respect to all of those people, honey, that were Clinton, JP Morgan shares.
So as Trump denies his Epstein association, he also launches a huge counteroffensive, publicly asking his Department of Justice to investigate Epstein's alleged ties with JP Morgan Chase.
What the fuck is even happening right now? Democrats, this is the level of insanity that they are at right now.
And several high-profile Democrats, including Bill Clinton. He wants the DOJ to examine Clinton, former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers, and LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman, all of whom, he says, had deep social or financial links to Epstein during the 2000s. But coming back to Bubba and the Putin link, it has all the makings of a political earthquake in D.C., and one with a national security angle. Why is this such a big deal? First, the emails raise
you could tell from his video, Asmon is not MAGA. Yeah, 100%. And I've got the video of Asmon pulled up right here talking about this. Asmon's never been MAGA. He never has been. This is a 2-minute clip from his clips channel.
Yes, that is the big question of the day. Did Donald Trump suck Bill Clinton's? Nobody knows the answer to that 100%. I think that it would be the funniest outcome if it turns out that Donald Trump was actually in the Epstein files, but it wasn't for being a pedo. It was for sucking Bill Clinton's. And that's why he doesn't want it to come out. It's been confirmed who Bubba is. It's a nickname of Bill Clinton. Yeah, it's obviously Bill Clinton.
Right. Again, the hilarity of this situation is that Democrats are now here. This is where their derangement has led them. They have now reached a point where they're finally at a place where Donald Trump being gay is that's their smoking gun now. You can't make this shit up.
Reason they call him Bubba. Bubba connects with Bubba, and this is very important in this election.
So this is a leaked email from, I guess, Jeffrey Epstein's brother. You and your boy Donnie can make a remake of the movie Get Hard. What is your boy? What is your boy Donald? What's your boy Donald doing? How about that? Ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. So there we go, right? You know what I think Trump should do? I think he should post a photo of him and Bill Clinton from back in the day and just title it Me and Bubba. Never elaborate, never say anything.
Now that would be funny as fuck. That would be funny as shit. What he's saying right there would be funny.
There are people who are 99% sure that he didn't. You have to admit that you're not 100% sure. And I think that's what makes it interesting. I think the probability of it is about 5%. And the funniest part about it would be that all of these super omega liberals would have to fucking acknowledge that we already have our first LGBT president. What a fucking twist, man. Classic case of hating the gays. No, it would be Bill Clinton. Oh, no, you're right. Of course. Yeah, so we would have had 2 gay presidents already. Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. So 3 with Obama. Wait, oh, shit. 3? I forgot about Big Mike.
So, yeah. So there you
Victims
have it.
of the
Just absolute insanity. This is where we are, Democrats. We've now gotten to the point where Trump being gay is your final insult card on him. So what are you going to do? Let's see. Storm Shadow says, what if the emails are just Modern Warfare 2 chat lobbies? But Slano says Trump is gay and also grapes women. They are broken. They are. Ministry of Fun Thing says, I was and Asman joking. Even if it were true, it means Trump was doing 4D chess to make the left anti-gay again. Beautiful thing. That's where we are. Okay, well, we are almost at 2 hours and 45 minutes. We're going to end it there. It's been a good stream. I appreciate all of you for hanging out with me on a Sunday night. Good stream. Probably doing double streams tomorrow. So that'll be there's going to be a lot that's going to happen between now and probably 2 Central, 1 Central maybe. But yeah. So good stuff. And then I do hope to play Arc Raider sometime this week. I'll have to get with Beardo and the guys and see when they want to play, because I think we're going to have a lot of fun with that one. So thank you guys so much. Sword in the Storm says W stream. I love when you guys say that. That means you were happy with the stream, and that's what matters. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support over on Kick, support on YouTube. You guys are the best. Have a great evening, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone. Oh, yeah, make sure you go to geeksandgamers.com or Ripasend. Get you the 199 hoodie, the Unit 199 shirt, the IDOT hat. Make it happen. See you guys later. Bye, everyone.